Hi BookTube, I'm here today with a review of Satan, His Psychotherapy and Cure by the Unfortunate Dr. Kassler, J.S.P.S. by Jeremy Levin. So I'm just going to give you a basic summary of this. A man has a dream where Einstein is giving him the pieces to a machine, and he decides, why not build the machine? So he builds the machine, and it turns out to be Satan, as in the devil. And through a series of events, Satan seeks out psychotherapy from the main character in this book, who is Dr. Kassler, just some poor smuck, which is what that stands for. And it's more so about Dr. Kassler than it is about Satan. So I'm just going to talk about 4 points: plot, writing, philosophy, and characterization. Basically, the plot is quite humorous in all aspects. You can tell right from the title, you know, that it doesn't really take itself too seriously. The characters are quite humorous. The plot is humorous. The writing style is humorous. The author I think he kind of went, how many horrible things can I make happen realistically to my character? He also, at that same time as he's, you know, doing these horrible things, he's commenting on society at the same time. And it doesn't, the book, it is humorous, but it also doesn't shy away from really like kicking you in the heart and making you feel angry and upset at certain things that happen. Because it, you know, it's funny because it's happening to him and things keep happening to him, but these things actually happen to people in real life, right? As for the writing, it's quite easy to read. I'll just read like the first few sentences. What can I tell you? The tale is chaotic, persons and paths crossing like the wiring of some, you should pardon the expression, diabolical brain. Its function and purpose not to be deciphered from any simple separation of the jumbled connections. In the midst of this confusion, on a hot August morning in 1968, Cy Kassler made his way through the pink haze that smothered Florence, Italy. Slightly pudgy for his medium height, lively blue eyes partially obscured by a thick mop of curly black hair, and only 2 years shy of his 30th birthday, when Kassler had concluded, youth, vigor, imagination, and lust all came simultaneously to an abrupt termination. So as you can see, I could have just kept going on and on. It's quite easy to read there. My only problem was that he did do a bit of an info dump. If you don't know what an info dump is, just basically when the author has to get a lot of factual information out of the way, or maybe like history or ideas, and he just kind of does it all at one time. But he did it in a quite absurd way, in which a bunch of psychology students actually get into a fight over which school of theory is better, and it escalates. But you do get a lot of information at the same time. I just thought maybe like he could have broken that up differently, but I'm not complaining. It was entertaining. As in regards to the characters, Satan is not evil. It harkens back to like the especially the book of Job, I'm thinking of here, where Satan is God's foil. Like, he's just kind of like, but what about this? But what about this? But what about this? You know, have you thought about it this way? That kind of thing. Like, he challenges him. So it harkens a lot to that. And also Kassler. I really like that you're left with questioning, you know, whether he was the architect of his own downfall or whether it was some sort of divine intervention. You know, so he really, you know, does that, questions about character and self-reflection. Where this book really, I believe, succeeded is in the philosophy. You learn a lot about psychology, not just Freud. There's more to psychology than Freud. Oh, I really don't like Freud. So you learn quite a bit about that in here and how it applies to different people. A lot about mental health issues and how people with mental health should be treated and where they should be treated and such like that. And then, of course, because it is a book about Satan, obviously you get a lot about religion, and you get it challenges the preconceived Christian notion as the devil, as evil, as I said before in the characterization. And he kind of retells stories from the Bible from like a different perspective. So I thought that was really interesting, kind of to like look at things differently. So actually, I really recommend this book. It's not anti-religious, it's not pro-religious, it's just kind of like, here you go kind of thing. Yeah, that's Satan, His Psychotherapy and Cure by the Unfortunate Dr. Kassler, JSPS by Jeremy Levin.